Hi there and welcome back to a new video. I'm Lisa from It's Only Paper and today I'm going to be working in my new USA road trip journal. I made this charm recently. I don't know if you saw that. I'm about to remove it though so that I can lay the journal flat, but I will leave the link to this video below. I am so in love with this fun charm. It's so cool. Anyway, today it is Valentine's coming up, so I'm going to do a heart page. I'm going to jump into my second signature. I've got 4 photos here. This was Disney this side, road trip this side, so we're going to do the start of our road trip, and it's going to be a very junk journaling page. I've got all this kind of thing. I think I'm going to have a little look actually and see what I can find. I'm thinking about a heart out of this paper, but I'm just going to pop some bits and pieces. Let's share this with you so you can see what I'm going through, and just see what catches. Oh, that could be good with the colours go well. I'm just going to see what catches my mind, what catches my eye even. Oh, look at this. This looks so nice, this velour ribbon. And yeah, I'm going to go from there. Sometimes as well, I like having a look on branding strips. Like this is Simple Stories. I've quite often used the Simple Stories as just like a little subtitle which says Simple Stories. This one says, oh what fun. That is perfect, that wording. Oh, little mini tag, let's use that. I've always got the, oh look, that could be good for journaling, the few like bits and pieces as well. Sometimes I can cut these out to use. I'm jumping onto a Zoom, oh some alphabet stickers there, today as well, one of my Patreon Zooms, so I think I will take this with me. Oh, I like that. I'm going to continue journaling. See, even bits like old book pages are so much fun. So today is going to be all about using up scraps. I think it's going to be a scrappy page. Do you remember when I made the DIY washi tape? This was so fun. I might use some of that actually. Did you see that video? If not, I'll link that down below for you. Super easy to use up washi tape. I've got some really fun stuff in here. There's nothing quite like a basket of scraps. I got asked recently, where do I keep all my bits and pieces? I've got a couple of baskets like this which work perfectly for this kind of thing. I do go through them every now and then just to keep on top of things, because otherwise you end up with so much. That was from some packaging. That could be cute. Yeah, so go on, keep on top of things, otherwise you end up with mountains and mountains. And sometimes I find the more stuff I have, the harder it can be sometimes. So definitely keep on top of your scraps. But yeah, oh, this is a good one. That's from one of my postcards. But yeah, I'm going to go and start the Zoom, and I've got a lovely pile of scraps now. I'm quite excited about this. So got a nice little pile, and we're going to create a pretty page. I'm excited about this, and we're going to do a nice little heart to go with it. Really hope you'll enjoy this video, and I hope it inspires you to get creative as well. So you know how much I love using up scraps, so I thought I would do that today. And also with it being Valentine's coming up, it's obviously just past now, I thought it would be really fun to do a heart page. So I had that in mind already, just trimming up my photos. I actually remembered the last couple of months to get in my photos order from Free Prints. So I thought I would do a page. So this is my second signature in my new journal, and it's the start of our road trip. So I'm going to do a heart page here. I've just torn out a book page, and I'm going to freehand cut a heart. The first one didn't quite go to plan, but I'll probably use that on something else. I kind of went a bit chunky on this one, and then I realized it was more the negative I wanted to use rather than the actual heart. So I got another page, tried it again. It's so easy to cut a heart. You just literally fold the paper in half and cut half a heart. Cutting half a heart is so much easier than a whole heart. Done the actual heart itself smaller, so the idea being now I can use the negative of the heart. So I've stuck that in, and just like half of it, so the other heart then is off the page. I thought that would make it quite interesting. If you wanted to add some colour, you could then paint the page if you wanted, but I thought this would be really fun. And how easy is that? And I've got a little heart, and I'm now going to use up some scraps and kind of like slot them in the side and pop the photos on there. But my plan today is to use as many scraps as possible. So there's going to be lots of layering, lots of playing, but with it being Valentine's sort of this week, I thought it'd be fun to have a heart theme as well. So yeah, I haven't created a page like this before. It just came to my mind the other day, and I thought it would make a nice change. I am loving this strip of velour trimming that I found. Really, really happy with that. The colours are so pretty. So I thought I would attach this as well. And as it's on the end of the page, then you'll get to see it a little bit on the other way through, on the other side, which I thought would look really cute. This week's Zoom, as we were chatting, we were talking about Valentine's and friendship and like heart themed. That's again why I thought I would do a heart-shaped page, because that's what we were chatting about in our Patreon Zoom. Look how pretty that looks on the other side. I love that. The other heart, I was just going to stick it in my scraps basket, and then I looked over on the other side and I thought, actually, I'll stick that in on the other side. So although I don't actually have a plan for that side of the page at the moment, I thought it's ready then for when I create a future page. So that's nice and easy. I could even just add some journaling or just add a photo. Now going through the basket and just adding scraps. That's it. This tiny little bit of like vintage paper that I've kept in my basket, I thought I would add. And I'm just going through just all these random little bits and pieces and adding them as and when I can. Yeah, so this week we're talking on our Zoom about Valentine's. I do record the sessions, so if you are a member of my Patreon community and you can't make the Zooms, I do record them so that you can listen back if you wish. They're always really good conversations. I find them really inspiring. It's almost like a bunch of friends brainstorming ideas sometimes, and I just come away with so many ideas afterwards. I find it a really good session. So if you're not around to make the Zooms, please don't feel left out. Do listen back. You can be part of the community still and have a listen in. It's a fun thing to do. I like having them on as well, like almost like as a podcast on in the background. And then at the end, you get to see what everyone's been making whilst during the Zoom. It's really fun. So I'm now adding bits and pieces. There's a little bit of that handmade washi tape I made. I did say about adding it as a link, and I remembered it wasn't a previous video. It was actually an online class from my Patreon community. So that's actually a previous online class when I made the washi tape, the DIY washi. So I'm just going to go through, add a few more bits and pieces to make the page lovely and colourful. I've got this old embellishment postcard here as well, so I'm going to take a couple of pieces of this. I think this one was from over a year ago now, but it's still kicking around, and every now and then I like cut a piece off it, but I thought it would be really good for layering. The embellishment postcards I do in my kits each month are really, really handy for layering. As you can see here, I'm just going to pop this little piece underneath, and that looks perfect. I was really pleased. Now going to do something with this planner sheet. So I took apart my old planner from last year, and I actually tore out a whole load of pages I hadn't used with the idea of being able to use them in my journal. I thought that would be a great idea. I love that notebook edge there. I've got a punch that actually creates that, but this is obviously from an actual spiral notebook planner that I've torn out. And I tore off the bit where it said Christmas planning, and I'm using the page now in my journal. So that's perfect for photos. I can fold it over, and it's also perfect for journaling. This page here was when we were doing our road trip from Florida through to Georgia.
And we ummed and ahed, and we ended up stopping off at Sonoy. That's where they filmed a lot of The Walking Dead. We went before in 2018, actually during filming, and stopped off then and loved it. And we were going past probably about half an hour out of our way, maybe a little bit longer actually, about 45 minutes. But we were just so close to come from England and be that close into a place that we absolutely love. We couldn't not stop. So we made a detour and stopped on our way to Atlanta and just had a wander. We didn't even have a coffee. We just had a wander and loved it. I'm really sorry it's really wobbly. I'm got a clip-on camera phone holder, but when I'm filming at this particular desk, and I knock it sometimes, so it goes a bit wobbly. So we stopped in Sonoy. I just love this place. It's in Georgia, about 45 minutes from Atlanta, and it's lovely. This little pouch here is from some Happy Mail. I think Lindsay sent it to me, and I've just trimmed off the topping to use it as a little pocket for my tag. And again, I'm using some little bits and pieces, but I thought this would be a nice way to add some extra photos and an extra story. So I'm going to use the vellum. I do end up using the top though, so I haven't got rid of that. You will see that feature in a little bit. So I'm just going to pretty this up a little bit, just so like any joins and that I can cover up. This was already punched out, this shape, so that was perfect. And inside was some little stickers, and this one here had Georgia, and that's exactly where we were. So thank you, Lindsay, that was spot on. And I thought I would add it here. I found these scraps. These particular ones that I'm using right now were from Anne-Marie, and they were in some Happy Mail. So again, using up scraps and using up Happy Mail is so satisfying. It's such a good feeling. I love it when I can use something that a friend has sent me in the post. It's such a nice feeling. So I'm going to cut. I've got another embellishment postcard here. This one's got a little speech bubble, which is perfect. So I'm going to add this one as well. And this page is coming together really, really easily. Look how cute the layering is. I love doing this kind of thing. Tiny little bit of book page here to go. And and then I'm going to add the journaling there. I think that will look really nice. By the way, if you're interested in the vlogs from our road trip, this particular day, the drive from Disney through to Atlanta, stopping off at Sonoy, I do actually have a video, so I will leave a link to that below if you want to go and check that out. It was such a fun day. I love our road trips in the States. We both do. They are just so much fun. So I've got a little bit more of this ribbon. I'm going to staple that to this side, and then it doubles up. So I've got it on this side and I've got it on the other flip as well. So you'll see that together in a moment. And I think it looks really good. I've had this particular ribbon kicking around for ages. Right, tag next. Tag is lovely. I love a craft tag, but I just want it to look a bit more interesting. So I'm just adding a bit more of this page. This book page, I don't know where it's come from. Actually, I think I tore it out of another book. It feels, when something feels so fragile, so thin, it's got that real proper vintage feel to it. So I do like working with book pages like this. They have a very special feel. This is the top of that little vellum pocket that Lindsay created. So I am going to use that on here. They're my colours. They are super cute. So I'll be using that in a second. Just going to have a wobble and then just staple on this velour trimming. I think this is the last little bit that was left of that. So I'm definitely using that up on this page. It kind of pulls it all together, doesn't it, as well, when you've got something that matches on another. This was an old notebook type thing, so I'm tearing this off. I thought that would be really good to almost like start the journaling today in review, and it's got the date. Isn't that perfect? And then it's like a little starting journal point for the page. So I'm adding that, and I did actually include that as a journal prompt this week. Each week in my Patreon community, I have a journaling prompt or challenge, and this one was to use like a notebook or a list on your page. So something that's not really meant for journaling, but is perfect for journaling. So this today was just spot on. And I've got the rest of the page here as well, so I'm going to use some of that as well, sort of tear it down, best part of today and worst part of today. So I asked Aid about that when I was creating my page. I asked him for his worst and best bit, and we decided between us there wasn't a worst part. We couldn't actually fill that bit in because we just loved the day so much. It was just the perfect travel day, just everything was easy. We stopped off at some really fun places. The hotel we arrived at was just perfect. We loved it. And then we got picked up by friends and went out for the evening. So, yeah, there wasn't a worse part because we loved everything. I've got another embellishment postcard here, so I'm going to add a few more bits and pieces. Isn't it coming together really well now? I'm so happy with this page, and considering it is pretty much made up of scraps as well, it's definitely a proper junk journal page, this one. Like this, these are just hearts. I've done the same thing as I did for the page, folded it over, and I've had this piece kicking around for ages, and I just thought, yeah, I'm going to cut that down, add it to my page, it's perfect. But years ago, I would have just been something like this when I made the hearts, because it is in effect a bit of rubbish. But nowadays, I look at things so differently with different eyes. And to me, this is something that can look really cute on a page and add some layers. So I'm going to stick that down. And I'm really chuffed with that. I've even added these kind of things. If I've cut a heart out and you're kind of left with a heart frame, I've added those over the top of photos before as well. So you've got then the photo with the heart over the top, which looks really nice. I did that in my December journal, actually. So I was quite pleased with this. But yeah, this page is coming together really quickly, very easily, and I am loving how this is going. Now, these were some leaves that I created for my kits a while ago. Well, they weren't really leaves, they were like paint splatters, and then I cut them into leaves. However, today, because we're doing a bit of a Valentine's theme, I'm cutting out hearts. So again, that same thing of folding over the paper to cut out half a heart to give you the perfect heart. So we're going to staple that on. I love it though when you've got a bit of a paint splatter like these, but then I cut around to still reveal a little bit of the white. I think that looks really cool. I've done leaves like this before as well, and I've put them in my kits, and I just think I really love that look. Maybe I need to do them for the kits again, actually. I haven't done that for a while, but it's fun. I love doing that kind of thing. You do it on watercolour paper or like mixed media paper, so they've got a lovely texture to them, a nice thickness. I've done that as half a heart. Just moving it around. And yeah, I'm really enjoying making this page. This was a good journal session. Thoroughly enjoying myself. So let me know what you've been up to lately. Have you been journaling much? Did you start a new journal this year? What have you been working in? I always love hearing what you're all up to and what you're creating in, what kind of stories you're telling. I still need to create my 2024 journal. However, I did think I knew which journal I wanted, and then I did order some new books today, and I've got another one in mind now, and I'm quite excited to get that started. So watch this space. I do have a new one coming soon.
So I've actually ended up doing all the journaling in the meantime, and I'm quite chuffed with this actually, how it's coming along. So I've got my little tag that pulls out. I am going to add a few extra bits and pieces though. I don't quite know what. I've got some saucers on the side here. Oh, that's quite sweet. I'm just going to go through and add. I don't know if this is going to stick. This is a bit fabricy. It might not stick. Actually, I think it will. And oh, I tell you the other thing I was going to do. I remember now. I was going to take some alphabet stickers somewhere new. I was going to add, and I was just going to add a few words just to make things stand out. So I've put, although we weren't ready to say goodbye to Disney, we were excited to head off today to go somewhere new. So I did that. I am just, again, going through all my bits and pieces. Today is about using up scraps. I'm just having a look to see what's on my desk. What else is on here? Oh, I've got some of these on here. Let's add that like that. And this for absolutely no reason other than I really like it. Yeah, that makes that look a little bit more fun. So then I'm going to add something else on here. Oh, I've got a little heart. That doesn't really stand out that well. Well, it does on that side actually, that stands. out. Actually, I'm going to pop that on there. Last minute change of mind. Might pop that on there. And we drove through Atlanta in 2018 but had storms, so we didn't stop, but we were looking forward to seeing the city, and I was going to add the word today. So let's do that here. And again, just using up some alphabet stickers, but it just stands out, doesn't it? Ran out, so I can't remember what I was saying about adding the word. It's a good way as well to use up alphabet stickers, but just the odd small word here and there. And doesn't that make a difference to the tag as well? It just, rather than it just being my writing, it just stands out a little bit better. So I like that. There, it's not perfectly straight, but that's absolutely fine. I've got the little bit there. This was that. Oh, do you know, I don't think that wants to stay on. Let's leave it on there for now. We'll see. It might dry on. Move it over so it fits in the little vellum pocket. There. Cute. I don't feel that's... Is it all the way in? Yeah, it is all the way in. Okay, so we've done that. I am going to add a couple of other little bits here and there. Put that on there. I've also got... Let's add that. I just find sometimes it's all these little bits and pieces that really make a difference to a page. I like this. This is so sweet. I don't think I really need to add any of these bits and pieces. What else have I got? I'm just having a little look. Oh, tell you what, I have got a little globe. I don't think I need this anywhere though, to be honest. No, I'm just going to leave it be. The other thing I did want something though on this tag, and I know I've got a butterfly. Oh, here it is. I was wondering about adding, no, I like the tag. I didn't want to cover the tag completely up. I have got a little heart. Just add a few bits and pieces. I'm changing my mind. Let's pop that on there. But I would like to add something on the tag, but not something that completely covers the tag up. I've just found going through the saucer on the side. I think it's an orange, but I think it looks like a peach. The Georgia peach. That's what I'm going with. Let's tuck it under. Perfect. Look at that. I love that. I'm just going through seeing what else I can find. I do like the camera, but that's, I don't think, not going to fit anywhere. I just want something small so that I can see the tag. Right, I'm going to throw that in the bin. It's a good time to go through things. Yeah, I just want to add something on there. Do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to go through my journaling station because I never do that and I forget what bits I've got. Let's do that right now. This video, or this journaling session I should say, is all about using up bits and pieces. So it's the perfect time to actually go through my die cuts, see what I've got and see what I can add. It's a good way to use up bits and pieces. I'll show you what bits I've found. I have found a tab top, which I am going to staple on the side here. So that opens and closes. Let's grab my staple there. That's the first thing, and it's double-sided. Oh, I just realised I like that. Welcome to Georgia, and then the picture of us. I like that a lot. I'm really pleased with this heart. That's come out really well. The other thing I have found was a green tab top, which I really, really like. Love the colours of that. I don't know where this can go. I really like it. I don't even know if it can go anywhere, or maybe it's even maybe best for another page. I don't want to use it for the sake. I'm going to pop it in my saucer as a reminder for next time. I really like this. Relax, refresh, restart. That's quite apt. Don't want to cover up that. I really like that because we're on a road trip. Again, I'm not quite sure where it can go. I have got quite a lot on here already. I do quite like that on the side. Or I like that to cover up that little strip there. Let's do that instead. And let's find some twine. There we go. I just happen to have this on the side of my desk. And I'm going to thread that in there and just tie it in a bow. Perfect, as we're using up scraps today. That can include scraps of string and fabric and twine. Why don't you set yourself the challenge and just go and use up loads of scraps? It's so much fun. It really is. Let's add a bit of glue and stick that round. There we go. I like that. That adds a nice bit of colour. That is perfect. All right, we're talking now about the little tag. I know what I was going to do. I found this, the little arrow. We are going to pop that on the photo. I like that a lot. I have also got this little tab which says today. We're going to pop that on here. Oh, I've covered up some of the Georgia sign. We don't want to do that, do we? Like that. I also found that little ticket. Do you remember the Jenny Boland tickets? It's a bit of a blast from the past, isn't it? We're going to pop that there. And I also have this. All we have is now Claire. I think that came from you. I really like that. I am going to stick that on the top here. And then the tag can just pull out. And then have some journaling on that. I feel like something needs to be on it though. I feel like I found a tiny little heart. Let's pop that on there. And then I'm going to journal on there. I think that would look quite cute. Or how about that goes at the top. That hasn't stuck in very well. Oh, is that too busy? Yeah, I prefer the polka dots. Let's have that like that. Let's journal on the heart. And then that can slide in there. Perfect. I think maybe this needs to be in a little bow as well. Let's make that tidy. There. This is cute. That's done. I might actually see if I've got a sticker to use on that tab top. Just grabbed my little sticker journal there, my album. 2 stickers. I have got Summer Memories, which I'm going to put this side. And Spending Time with You. I'm not quite sure where to put this one. At the top here. There. So I have completed my page. So I've got this one to work on another time. That was taken from the inside of the heart here. But I'm really chuffed with this page. I'm really pleased with how it's come. Us driving from Florida to Georgia. I love that. What fun. Oh, what fun. And And then we've got our stop at Sonoy, which is where Walking Dead was filmed. By the way, if you're interested to see this vlog, we did video it, so I will leave the link to that video down below. Love the tag. And I have just used up loads and loads and loads of scraps today, as you can see. Thoroughly loved creating this. Thank you for watching this today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you feel inspired, and thank you to everyone that came on the Zoom with me today as well. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and have a great few days. Lots of love. Bye.